Now, something that isn't talked about enough is how much potential Mad Hatter had in the Arkham series. Because seriously, he could have been the main villain in at least one Arkham game, and I'll explain why. So drop a like, subscribe, and welcome back to the Batman Zone. Now, I haven't realistically seen anyone hate on the Mad Hatter missions in the Arkham series, because the missions that involved Mad Hatter were always peak. It was always fun, because the mission design, the setting, everything was great for Mad Hatter, and it always was different. It wasn't the same thing. In Origins you had the puzzle, in City you had like the clock thing where you fought all of them, in Night you had the book, and that made it fun because it was different. It wasn't the same thing. And I seriously think that Mad Hatter was seriously underutilized, because it would have been really fun to see Mad Hatter and have a longer role in the Arkham series, him being in a main story. In Night he could have fit in really well, because Night was all about Batman's mind being played with. So Mad Hatter would be perfect for that. You could see him do something like he did in the animated series, where he tricks Batman into thinking his parents are alive or something. It would be different, and that would make it fun. And every level design as well. Mad Hatter, every single Mad Hatter level looked great. It looked sick, because the way the video game it looked for Mad Hatter, it looks great. And imagine seeing that in a main story. That would be great. The different possibilities you have. Because even in the animated series, he didn't have that much of a role, because I don't even know why, because Mad Hatter is really you can really make a good story out of Mad Hatter. And he had his great episodes in animated series, but in the Arkham games he was always a side mission. He never got his main story mission. That's where I think they went wrong with him, because even as a DLC in Arkham Knight, he was great. The mission was great. And that's where I think they got Mad Hatter wrong, because Mad Hatter could have easily been a main story villain. Because, the way Mad Hatter is, it would have been perfect for Asylum or Night. Asylum, he wasn't even in the game. That's why I think he's seriously underutilized. In Night, he was good for what time he had. He barely had any. That's why, the things he can do, the possibilities with Mad Hatter is crazy. You could have a story where he takes over. He puts chips in people's stuff and they get mind controlled by him. And then Batman has to find a way to stop him from controlling the whole city. And the only way is by taking out his hat or something. It has to be something different. So realistically, Mad Hatter is one of the best Batman Arkham villains, because of the amount of time he got and the stuff he did in that time. And that's why I think he's criminally underrated, because he could have been top 3 Arkham villain if he had gotten the chance. But he didn't get the chance, so he really wasn't able to show his full power. Because it would have been great to see Mad Hatter controlling people properly, and Batman having to find out how to stop them. It would have been a great story, but it didn't happen. That's why I think Mad Hatter is underrated. So yeah, because he doesn't get the respect he deserves, and that's what I think. So drop down in the comments below what you think. Drop a like, subscribe, help me get to 1,000 subscribers, and I'll catch you guys later.